Hello everyone, I am Asudha, Assistant Professor in Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Thandai Periyar Government Institute of Technology, Vellore. As we are seeing the power system analysis to the e-learning, today we will see the second topic on per unit quantities, per unit impedance and reactance diagram, and we will see some tutorials. First we will start with what is per unit quantities. What are the advantages of per unit quantities? Then we can see the how to draw the impedance and reactance diagram. In power system analysis, the best practice is to represent current, voltage, impedance, power, etc. of an electrical power system in per unit or percentage of the base or reference value of the respective quantities. The numerical per unit value of any quantities is a ratio to be chosen base value of the same dimension. Thus, a per unit value is a normalized quantity with respect to the chosen base value. So, the per unit value of a given quantity is a ratio of actual value in any given system to the base value in the same unit. So, simply we can say that per unit is nothing but it is actual value divided by base value. Let the power base, that is kVA base, is represented as kVA-B. The voltage base is represented as kVB. Now, what is impedance base? The base impedance ZB is in terms of ohms, which is given by we know that impedance is nothing but it is a ratio of voltage by current. Again, current is taken in terms of voltage and power. So, we can generally say that Z base is nothing but kVB square divided by MVAB. This is nothing but your square of voltage base divided by power base. Since power, if it is in MVA, to take it in kVA divided by 1000. Now, let us see how to change the base of any per unit quantities. So first let us see what is impedance per unit. Let Z be the actual impedance in ohm. Z base is represented as ZB. What is impedance in terms of per unit? Z per unit is nothing but actual divided by base. It is actual impedance divided by base impedance is represented as Z divided by kVB the whole square divided by MVA. So, in short we can say that Z per unit is nothing but Z into MVAB divided by kVB the whole square. Suppose if there is a old values are represented, how to convert to the new base? Let us take the kVB old and MVAB old is nothing but a old base values of your voltage and power. How to represent the new base values? The voltage new is represented as kVB new and power is represented as MVA base new. Now how to do the conversions? We know that Z per unit volt from the same formula. Z per unit volt is nothing but Z into MVA old MVA divided by voltage base the whole square. So the volt value is similarly taken as Z per unit volt into Z into MVAB volt divided by kVB the whole square. Let this be the old values, let it be in the represented as equation 1. From this equation 1, what is Z? Z is nothing but Z per unit volt into voltage base the whole square divided by power base the old value. So let that be the equation 2. Z per unit new is nothing but Z into the new power base divided by the voltage base, the new voltage base the whole square. From this equation 2, which is taken as a Z, I am just replacing this Z value here. So I can say that the equation 3, once Z is represented by the old values, the Z per unit new is given as Z per unit volt into kVB old the whole square divided by kVB new the whole square into MVAB the new divided by MVAB the old. What are the advantages of per unit calculation? The per unit value is same for both whether it is a single phase or three phase system. This per unit value, once expressed on a proper base, will be the same when referred to the either side of the transformer. Thus, the transformer is totally eliminated. Per unit value always less than unity. Hence, the error due to computation will be very less. The manufacturer give the nameplate rating in the per unit. So these are main advantages of going for per unit calculations. So first and foremost is we are not going to bother whether it is a single phase or three phase. Everything is represented in terms of per unit. Again, the circuit is simplified by eliminating the transformer, and since per unit is less than 1, the computation error will be avoided. So these are three main or four main advantages of per unit calculation. Let us see what is per unit impedance or reactance diagram. In a given power system with generator, transformer, transmission line, load, etc., it is possible to obtain corresponding impedance or reactance diagram as explained below. The following approximations are made to draw the impedance diagram. The impedance between neutral and ground is omitted. The shunt branches of the transformer equivalent circuit is neglected. With this assumption, let us see how to draw the impedance diagram. First, obtain the single line diagram based on the given data. Then, choose a common base MVA for the system. That is, first draw the SLD, then choose the power base. Now, choose the base kV, that is voltage base in any one section. Sections are formed by transformers. Based on the number of transformers, the sections are divided. Find the base kV of all sections present. If there are a number of sections, so split the sections accordingly. Find per unit values of all the parameters of resistance, reactance, impedance, voltage, etc. Draw the per unit impedance or reactance diagram. Let us see the example of how to draw the reactance diagram for the given network system. There is a generator, transformer, transmission line with the impedance of 50 ohms. There is a second transformer, and at the receiving end there is a motor. So all these components 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 components has to be taken to the single line diagram. We know that how to represent the generator. A generator is represented by the AG and XG, assuming the array is negligible. So this is the representation of the generator. Now coming for first transformer, we assume the transformer is inductive and it is represented as XT1, the first transformer. Then comes the transmission line whose impedance is given by J50 ohms. This is the reactance of second transformer, and the equivalent circuit of motor is represented as XM to the voltage of EM. Now let us see what is the procedure to form the reactance diagram from single line diagram. Now we have drawn the single line. After this, what is the procedure? So first and foremost procedure is we have to select the power base. Either it can be in kVA or MVA base. Second is to select the voltage base. Once power base and voltage base are selected, the voltage conversion is achieved by means of transformer kV on the LT section. This is how it is done as the LT side. LT section is nothing but voltage on base volt, that is kVb on HT section, into LT rating divided by HT rating. So we should know what is the ratings of the transformer. Based on that, decide what is the kVb on the LT side. Once this is being done, now when the specific reactance of the components is in ohms, so the per unit reactance is nothing but actual reactance divided by base reactance. This is the formula where we are seeing by actual by base. Impedance there we have seen. Here it is for per unit reactance is taken as actual reactance by base reactance. The specific reactance of a component is given in per unit as X per unit nu is nothing but X per unit volt into kVb old the whole square divided by kVb new the whole square into MVAb new divided by MVAb old. This is the similar formula what we have seen in the how to find the new per unit values. Now let us see one problem and draw the reactance diagram. So the problem is there are two generators rated of 10 MVA 13.2 kV and 15 MVA 13.2 kV are connected in parallel to a bus bar. They feed supply to the two motors of the input 8 MVA and 12 MVA respectively. The operating voltage of motor is 12.5 kV. Assuming the base quantities as 50 MVA and the voltage base as 13.8 kV, draw the per unit reactance diagram. The percentage reactance of generator is 15% and that of motor is 20%. So from this given data, first draw the single line diagram with the data given. So there are two generators as mentioned as 10 MVA and 15 MVA which are connected to the bus bar. And they fed to the supply of two motors. So which means that there is only one bus. So these two generators are connected to the bus and from there they fed to the two motors M1 and M2. So this is the single line diagram of a given problem. Once the single line is given, as per the problem, they are asked to take the power base as 50 MVA and voltage base as 13.8 kV. So for this power base and voltage base, we have to calculate the new reactance value. They have given the reactance as 15%. Now for this we have to calculate the new values. Let this new value be Xg1 into the volt reactance divided by new power base divided by old power base into this is old voltage base divided by the new voltage base the whole square, which is represented as this by using the previous formula they have calculated, and the value are J into 0.6862 per unit. Similarly, calculate for Xg2. This is for reactors for generator 1 and generator 2. And for motor, the new values are calculated such that. And also, the voltage for generator is given as 13.2. And for this, the base value is voltage base for 13.8 kV. So, old by new, you will be getting the actual by the base value. This is your generator per unit value, 0.9565 per unit. Similarly, find for motor. So, this is how for the given data, a single line diagram is drawn, and from this, we have calculated the reactance for generators and for motors, and also we have calculated the per unit voltage values for generator and also for the motor. With this, let me stop and we'll see the next topic in the next video.